Hello and welcome to the Winging It Travel podcast with me, James Hammond. Personally, I have been to 50 countries. I've met so many people on my travels that I want to bring on this podcast and get their story on record. I have plenty of tips and stories to share with you as well. Are you a backpacker or a traveller or gap year student or simply someone who loves to travel? Then this is the podcast for you. Throughout the weeks and months, you'll get many guests and solo episodes where I try to cover all range of subjects within travel. This is a casual and informative travel podcast to inspire you to travel in the future. Do you fancy some bonus content with this episode? Then fear not. If you start to my Patreon today, by going on to www.patreon.com/Winging It Travel Podcast, then you'll find these extra features every week for Monday and Friday's episode. One bonus episode every month, some ad-free content, some early access to episodes, the exclusive added Travel Must Have feature on every episode, patron shout out, some ad hoc bonus episodes. You'll get a copy of my digital travel planner, which is available on Etsy, and you'll get my monthly Winging It Travel Podcast magazine. If this takes your fancy, you can sign up for £4, $7.50 Canadian, $6 US a month, and I really thank you for supporting the podcast. Hope you enjoy the podcast. Thanks for listening and supporting this, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, James. Let's get into the episode. Hello and welcome to this week's episode where I'm joined by Athina and Vincent, who are living on Karpathos Island and write the Karpathos Guide. We're doing this interview in person today at the holiday home on Karpathos, which is now probably the actual home. And I'm going to speak to them about life on Karpathos while I moved here, some tips and tricks of travelling here, and also what the latest is with their blog. So guys, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. It's nice to have you here. We are good, enjoying, finally back because we went on holiday for some time, but it's good to be back and relaxed here now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're residents now, would you say?
Here, yeah.
Yeah. Are you Greeks yet, or?
No, we're still Dutch, and we don't have a house anymore in the Netherlands. We kind of live there in a camper because we built our own camper van.
Oh, nice.
Which is over there. So when we are in the Netherlands, we stay in the camper or we travel to other countries. We went to Scotland a few weeks ago. But yeah, this
cold?
is home.
And everything warm?
It wasn't too bad.
Oh, wow.
I would say a lot of people were complaining to us, oh, are you going there? It's so cold and raining.
Yeah.
And I think it was pretty good. In the Netherlands, it was colder than in Scotland.
Wow, really?
So it was, we came back in the Netherlands with -2.
Yeah. That is crazy.
It was good. Yeah, we had some rain, of course, still, but overall, I think we were pretty lucky.
Yeah, it's a really nice vacation.
Yeah.
And Greece right now, how long would you stay here normally for throughout the whole year?
I think I would say 8 months we are here.
Yeah.
Usually. We don't really plan anything, but sometimes we have to go back to the Netherlands because he still has his corporate job over there. So sometimes you need to show your face. I know, of course, a lot of visit friends and family. So yeah, I would say maybe 8 months over 4 months.
Yeah,
we are more here than there.
Okay, and you both are from Holland originally?
Yes.
Whereabouts in Holland?
Yes, in village.
3 streets. 3 streets.
Yeah, 3 streets difference. Yeah, we are from Visitng, which is near The Hague.
Oh, okay. I guess that's like where the big court is, right?
Yeah, that's a big city.
Yeah.
Near the sea. So we are from there, and your parents still live there. So we are still in the same town when we go back to the Netherlands, and my parents live here. So we have them close by.
Really close.
Yeah, they are neighbors. So
okay.
Yeah.
What's interesting is because I'm from the UK and we're out of the EU now, like officially, we can't just like easily come to Greece anymore to work and live because there's now visa requirements.
Yeah.
But for you guys, obviously, it's pretty easy, right?
It's an open EU.
Yeah. It's weird because we were so used to it. And then the Brexit thing happened, which obviously I didn't vote for. And now it's all like, I kind of miss what we had.
No, it's more difficult.
Yeah.
But it's still possible. It's, you need a little bit extra time and patience.
Yeah.
I think it also, now it was easy to go into the UK for us because we went by boat. We didn't need any visa or any extra except for my passport. But I think from next year on it's going to be more difficult also for us to travel to the UK because now we need a visa and you need a little bit more.
Okay.
things to.
I think they're still working it out, you know. I think
it's going to be fine, but you just need some extra documents, I think.
Right.
But for this year, it was fine. So we said, okay, we're going to go there. Let's do it this year.
Yeah.
Because then we don't have to do all the other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, in Greece, the Greece wants digital nomads.
Yeah.
But that's what they suggest to do. It's still a lot of paperwork, so it's
yeah.
But they say that they want more people, that they are doing the digital job and living in Greece. So it's,
a lot of countries are doing that, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good, but the problem with Greece is that the paperwork is so difficult.
And
you can't fill anything in online. And for example, you can do anything in English online.
No.
But here, if we need to, for example, how do you call it, insurance for the scooter. In the Netherlands, we would just do that online of your car. You just filled in, it's completed, everything is okay. And here you need to go to an accountant, and he's gonna do everything for you. So
every year you need to go back to pay again. It's not automatic.
So
really?
You have to make a note. And if you don't do it in the first 3 months, it's doubled. So
I think Greece is probably known for being a bit difficult, or maybe even a bit relaxed about paperwork.
Yeah.
And I think it doesn't surprise me.
No.
But I found like traveling as a tourist is fine. I just turned up here, in Athens, and you just go through the non-EU queue, which is a bit longer, but you just get a visa, you just get a stamp. I didn't see anything other. But there's a weird rule now where we can't travel in the Shenzhen area for more than 3 months every 6 months. That's a weird rule that we now have to be mindful of. So if you're planning to do a 6-month Europe trip and you're from UK, you're going to have to spend 3 months of that outside of the Schengen area. So all the countries outside of it. I don't know if Greece is part of the EU, so it would be part of that. So
North Macedonia.
Or go to Turkey.
Or Turkey.
It's also a nice place to.
Oh really? Okay. We'll come to that in a bit. Actually, we're going to get to know you guys before we talk about Karpathos. So what do you do both for work? I know you have now made the leap here. So what's your income to stay here?
Yeah. Well, we have the Karpathos guide.
Yeah.
That's, I think, mostly my job. Vincent helps with that as well. But it's mainly I do everything for the website on the background and everything. And then you have your corporate job.
Yes, I work for a Dutch company. And I worked before we left the Netherlands.
Yeah.
When we go to Karpathos, I worked there already for a couple of years. So this year I asked the company, "Do you need some help?" And now after a couple of time, I work from Karpathos with the best internet of the island. So we are really lucky.
Yeah. So you can work remotely pretty much anywhere. You have to go back home to just kind of check in.
I'm doing project leading in the greenhouse sector, so the glass house.
Yeah.
And for example, now we are building a greenhouse in China. And it's difficult to visit China with the quarantine rules. It's now changing, but what I do is every 2-3 months, for example, I go back to the Netherlands and have contact with the engineers and etc. with the company. If I have a project that I can easily visit and I can fly from the airport 5 minutes
down there.
I wait for the airplane. And I can, but it's very easy. You can easily fly to Athens, or from Athens you can go to America, everywhere. So
it's an hour flight, I think, from here to Athens, roughly an hour.
Yeah,
it took me. It's really easy, and Sky Express give you a free checked bag, which is great. So I flew here with.
I really love that because usually in the summertime we can have a direct flight from the Netherlands to here or from here.
Oh, direct?
Yeah.
Not even via. No,
direct.
Oh wow! That's a dream.
But in winter time it's not possible, and it costs a lot of money to book extra baggage.
Yeah.
So when we fly from, I think we usually take Transavia or KLM from the Netherlands to Athens. And then we have to pay a lot for the baggage, but then it's always included when we go fly here. And you have small snacks, which are something there's something happening.
For that reason, I want to do a trip.
Okay, and before and after work, have you both travelled before, like to other places?
A little bit, I would say. I think we really decided, we're gonna travel the world when we met each other, and we wanted to go to Australia and America and everything. And I think we first decided to go to Scandinavia because Vincent, you were there a lot of times with your parents and wanted to show me. And we went on a Vespa trip to Italy. And I think we both had the feeling like everything else is nice, but doesn't feel like Karpathos because we've been here a lot of times already before.
Yeah.
And then we kept going here again and again because everything was nice. Italy, it was nice. Scandinavia, but it didn't feel like Karpathos for us.
Yeah, it feels like home.
Yeah, this is home. Yeah.
And the vacation for us, it's in the past it was we want to visit things, beautiful pictures, and in the end, we need to relax. So if you go for a place to Karpathos for 3 weeks, in the end you're totally relaxed. Your mind is relaxing. You're coming back with the best ideas.
Yeah.
And when you have a trip, for us it was not so.
No, we discovered very quickly that we are not made to travel the world. We had good intentions though. But no. Yeah.
So were you visiting? Did you maybe try find somewhere to stay, like to be like a digital nomad, or were you just being a tourist, visiting different sites and stuff?
As tourists, I think we didn't really plan on becoming like digital nomads before we bought a house. And we bought this house in 2017. Just for holidays still. But then we talked sometimes, what would we think about it if we can stay here a little bit longer?
Yeah.
What are you going to do then? And I think because of COVID, we really thought, everything was closed and we're like, we cannot live now in the Netherlands anymore. We can't do anything. And here you have more, even though things were closed, you could still go around. You have this whole island you can explore. So we said, let's go for 9 months, which we did last year, 2021. And then we decided, we're going to live here. And then we had the Karpathos guide, of course, already. But in 2001, you stopped at your work for the greenhouses.
Yeah.
But then at the end of 2021, you said, can I come back maybe for 3 days?
And
then I'll ride.
Yeah.
So that's how it all happens.
And you're 3 days a week right now? Yes. Oh, that's perfect, right?
3 days a week, and the other days I help Athina with the Karpathos guide.
Yeah.
And also, I think you mentioned on that website before we get to Karpathos that you want to be kind of location free for work. That's the idea. I think that's a dream. If you're interested in travel or living somewhere else a bit freely, that is the dream, to be location independent, isn't it? For any job.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe it depends a little bit on if you just want to go to another place and just stay there. It depends maybe a little bit on the amount of money you can earn on the place. I think, for example, you want to go to Australia and you will get paid there too. Of course, if you want to work there, you want to get a job with a salary from that country. But Greece you don't get paid so much. It's very low.
Okay.
So it isn't really convenient to, I think, if you go here. I'm guessing so. But I think we heard some things that if you work here, for example, as a waiter, and it's 7 days a week, definitely more than 8 hours a day, I think you will make 1,000.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more, but.
So when I arrived in Karpathos, I walked down to the supermarket. I think it's the first thing I did, and the people there were Greek, but they both lived in Canada actually. So I sort of butted and said, I live in Canada. And she was complaining about being offered work here, about how much it compares to the same job in Canada. And she's like, I don't work here because it takes the piss a little bit. Like, I can earn hundreds and hundreds of dollars doing that in Canada, but only earn like 100 here equivalent. I don't know what the exact thing was. And she was like, no, not going to waste my time doing it in Greece. But she said that she earned enough in Canada to come back here and just chill out and not worry about work. So that probably tells you the difference between Greek pay and not anywhere else, but a lot of other pays.
Yeah, it's very low here in Greece. So it's good to have just a Dutch salary for us.
Okay, so Karpathos, let's start with when did you first visit here, and when did you start to come back and think, I like it?
And then we can start with your story, right?
Yeah. Well, my parents first came here in '94.
Oh wow! Okay.
And my mom didn't know it, but she was pregnant of me.
Oh.
So I kind of was here in '94 already. She didn't know why she was so tired, and then I think she found out she was already 4 or 5 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And she went to the doctor, and he was like, "You know you're pregnant?" No. So I was here in '94, and then my parents came back in 2004 with me when I was 9, 10 years old, and my father always had a dream to buy a house in another country, which probably was going to be Greece. Okay. And just during the holidays, they bought the house next door here.
Yeah.
And we went for holidays from that time on. So 2004, I went every year.
Every year? Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
2 times a year, always with a vacation in May and summer holidays. So usually 6 weeks a year we would be here.
Yeah.
And then in 2012, I think you came along because we got into a relationship in 2011. So we're a long time already together. Very young age, because I think I was 16 at the time.
Yeah.
And you really liked it as well, because it was different from Scandinavia, which you were used to, but kind of the same.
Yeah, and especially this area. It's a little bit rough. How do you call it?
Yeah, rough.
Like Scandinavia sometimes, with the mountains and things.
Yeah.
That's what I like. And in the summer, if the wind is blowing, then you smell all the herbs. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's really nice. So that was... But I said, okay.
Yeah, that's nice. And then I think we went every year as well.
Yeah.
Not together with my parents anymore at the time, so we just stayed in their house when we were here.
When you first got together, you sort of came here every year as like a holiday vacation type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One relaxing and the other one some
we usually did some vacation, so this and then something else. Yeah. And then I think we always talked about, well, maybe it's nice to have a house, a holiday home in Greece as well. But we saw it as something, well, maybe if we're 40, we can do that. We can manage to do that. And then I think in 2017, my dad was looking on the internet and I saw that this house next to my parents was also for sale, and it was very cheap.
Yeah.
So, and he said, if you're not gonna do it now, you should, because you don't get this opportunity again.
Wow.
And I think within a couple hours, we brought in an offer for this house.
We were in the scooter shop.
Yeah, my dad called.
And after that we were drinking a coffee and we came back and we said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Wow. Quick, done.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, your parents didn't even know, because they were on holiday, and I think they don't really...
It's better to...
it's better to not tell them before. So when we came back from holiday, we said, okay, we bought a house in another country.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And how much is the house, my house, or was it at the time?
We paid 58,000. It's very cheap.
Euros.
I think now you would think of, if you want to buy something here, I think 100,000 minimum.
Okay.
But they really needed to get rid of the house because we knew them before, and the man of the couple, he died a couple years ago before she wanted to before she wanted to sell it. Of course, she didn't want to come here anymore. And no one was buying it, and so the price was really dropping. And that's when we decided, okay, well, this is an opportunity we cannot pass. So
and now your parents know the neighbors.
It's nice. Yeah.
And your neighbours here. So is anyone living in that one?
That's my parents' house.
Yeah. Anyone living there, or just?
No, they are living there.
They're living there, Do they live there all year round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they moved together with us because we said, okay, we're gonna go for 9 months and see if we like it. Yeah. And my mom was always like, because I'm an only child, she was like, they wanted to go already. My father would have left yesterday, years ago, if he could. But my mom was really like, yeah, with her only daughter, and then she's in the Netherlands. And then we were talking about it, and we said, okay, well, we are going 9 months now. Yeah. And maybe we're going to stay, or we don't know yet, but we're going to go for sure 9 months now. And then they said, okay, we're going to go as well. So they quit their jobs.
Oh, wow.
They are official Greek now. I can say they don't have a passport, but they are like registered now in Greece as well. So they completely live here, nothing in the Netherlands anymore.
Yeah.
They live here full time as well.
Okay.
We have Italian guys, but they never. Yeah, the guy bought it 15 years ago, and maybe once he visited, and sometimes he has some family in it.
Okay.
And the other one is Scandinavian couple, and they are here for 6 months every year.
Wow.
So
okay.
They are living half.
Yeah.
You can also see it on the outside of the house from the Italian guy. It doesn't look good.
No, okay. Doesn't maintain it. Yeah.
It's like breaking.
Are these guys a bit like you? They do remote work, do you think? Or are they retired? Or
well, the Italian guy, I definitely don't know. But Norwegian couple, I think he still works. But he's also self-employed in Norwegian. So he can just say, okay, I'm not going to take any jobs for the couple 6 months.
Dream.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's like for him. I'm not sure if she works anymore, but they are around.
Yeah,
I'm
around
gonna guess.
60,
I think I'm gonna say the same age as my parents, so I would say around 60, something like this. So
not the digital, no.
No, not the modern.
Working,
I've actually noticed there's quite a lot of old people on this island.
Yeah. We are very young on the island. People think it's weird all the time. Like, what are you doing here?
What are you doing in the winter?
Especially in the winter time.
Yeah.
We don't have any shopping malls here.
No.
So if you want to buy clothes, you need to go to Athens or Rhodes or order something online.
Shopping trip,
yeah. It's difficult. You cannot just go to a cinema or anything.
Oh yeah, I guess no cinema here, right?
Nothing. So we have a couple of restaurants that are open still in winter time.
Yeah, I've been to a few.
Yeah. But, a lot of it is closed.
But you have the island for yourself, so you can go to the beach. The water is still 20 degrees.
Yes,
now, so
I tested that yesterday. Yeah.
So it's still okay. You can hiking, whatever you want.
We have our own windsurf gear, so we can go windsurfing if we like.
Yeah.
So that's also good. But it's a lot more quiet than we are used to in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But we prefer it this way.
In terms of the island, where do you live on the island? It's right next to the airport, right?
Yeah, so we live in Athina, which is the south of the island, which is near the airport.
Yeah.
We can actually see it from the window. But it doesn't give any problems with the noise, because a lot of people are asking like,
yeah, of course.
Do you have any noise from the planes? It's fine, because they are landing from the sea, so we don't have the noise when they land. And then only when it's no wind at all, you will hear them a bit. And when they are leaving, departure in the island, you will hear them a bit. But for example, now I think we have a plane a day. I don't.
Yeah, it's like one a day or something.
And in the summer, it's even not that much.
And we have the F-16s.
Yeah, we have a lot of F-16s flying.
Oh yeah, I thought I saw. Yeah.
Because this is the end of Greece, so they are flying from Rhodes to Karpathos to Crete to check if everything is fine. And sometimes, because it's also the army base.
There's a small army base here, but the F-16s, I think they're coming or from Crete, or from Athens.
Yeah, I sent a few army guys.
There's a lot of tension. I think I don't know the ins and outs, but I hear some things about Turkey.
No, you don't know?
No, but you have of course with Turkey, and there's a little bit of trouble with the air base and everything.
Oh God!
So
right.
I think Turkey's coming a lot of times into the Greek.
Right, I see. So let's talk about Karpathos. Some best things to go and see and do. I went to Olympos yesterday. Let's about Olympos first. No one there.
No, it's perfect.
It's brilliant to walk around, like all the little.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, yeah.
And everything is closed, I think, or something.
I found one cafe, and it was by luck that I was there roughly around 12 p.m. and I was wandering the streets, and I found one little convenience store open. I said, coffee? She goes, Parthenon. And that was the one I researched. I'll come to that in a minute. But yeah, he was open just because he was needing someone to eat for lunch. And like a few people working on the buildings there, like builders, whatever, were having coffee. So I had a coffee with him and I spoke to him for about an hour, just talking about Olympos and all this sort of stuff. But I saw a reel of his cafe on Instagram. And the way it's videoed, it looks like it's the other building. So I showed him, I said, this is what I saw in the summer. There's a person called Going Greece on Instagram. I don't know if you know those guys. And it looks like you're going to that building. He goes, no, that's someone's house. He goes, this is the calf. So I got confused where the calf was. And this reel did not show inside of the calf. So imagine we're sitting here, so this calf. The reel went that way out of the calf. Anyway, sat with him for an hour. And he was saying that, it's nice in the winter because there's no tourists.
Yeah.
But he likes certain tourists, but not other tourists. He doesn't like cruise ship tourists or all in package tours.
Yeah.
He likes individual people like visiting. So had a chat with him. No one around. Walked around. Great sunny day, because when you drive there in the winter, foggy, that mountain drive is pretty. I wouldn't say scary, but you need to pay attention.
Yeah.
The rocks can come down and. So I drove there. So have you been to Olympos?
Yeah, a couple of times I think, especially when it's a far drive, and of course if you've seen it once, I think you don't really go back when you live here.
Yeah.
But when we have friends over, for example, and they want to see it, we go there. It's very nice. It's beautiful. But I think in summertime it's getting a bit too crowded now because there's a lot of buses coming. Luckily, we don't have any cruise ship tourists.
Not yet.
No, I hope they don't come. Because of course there's a different type of tourists. So.
But it's really traditional, and the people normally in the summer they have the traditional clothes.
Yeah.
They are doing traditional bakery and all that kind of things.
The shoemaking as well.
And they are selling fresh honey from this island and all that kind of thing. So that's really nice. But if you live here on the island, it's you have seen it sometimes. You go with friends, but it's too crowded.
I would really recommend to go very early, so before 10, before the buses arrive, or after 6.
Yeah.
Because then the buses will leave, or find out, because there is a day, but I think it depends on the year, on the schedule of the touring guides. There's gonna be days that there won't be any buses.
Oh wow!
So you will only have like the tourists who go there by car, for example. And we heard that those days are pretty relaxed too, because you don't have the big buses coming in. So try to figure that out as well. It's also a good tip. Yeah, but it's very nice. It's beautiful. We always think about, have you seen The Lord of the Rings?
I haven't, no.
Oh. You have this city. So for the people who watch The Lord of the Rings, you have this white, very beautiful white city in the mountain called Minas Tirith. And we always say, when you drive around this corner, you're finally gonna see Olympos. This is it.
It's a great moment, that, isn't it?
It's perfect. Yeah, it's so nice. Yeah.
Because you see the pictures on Instagram or on Google, and it is like that. And I was getting really worried because when I was driving there, it was really foggy. I was driving in cloud. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna drive all this way, get around the corner, and I'm not gonna be able to see anything. But then somehow, I don't know if this is the way it's positioned alongside the mountain and the sea, it just opens up and it's like, oh wow, there it is. I had to stop really quickly and take a picture. And actually the cloud is not over the top of it. It's just a bit to the side where the mountain is, where you come down from the car. But it's a really awesome place because it's like real thin streets, and like these people houses are built on top of each other, and they're just so like, it's quite hard to describe it. I'll put a picture on Instagram, but you can wind in and out of the streets. But in the summer, I can imagine if there's lots of tourists, that'd be quite annoying actually, trying to get past people. And when I was there, I saw 2 other people and that was it.
Yeah, but it's not so really busy on the roads.
No.
Is that because no one drives there?
But you are lucky, because now since 10 years, I think, it's asphalt. Because when I visited, maybe 15 years ago, and before it was stones. So it was too dangerous to drive over it, especially with the rental.
That's what the guy said.
So everybody was taking the boat, and still some tour operators takes the boat to.
I think it's maybe 7 or 8 years, because I think the first years that you were coming to the island as well, we didn't visit it.
Okay.
It was no asphalt. Okay. It was a dirt road as well. So
Oh wow. I got advised to go. So there's two ways, right? I came this way pretty much. So I got my hire car from the airport, and she said, "Don't go along the right-hand side of the island because the rocks can fall and it's along the cliff edge." She goes, "Go to coastal routes." I came along this west coast, and then it joins the road at the top.
Yeah.
So I done the left hand side of the island road, and it's really nice along the coast, like past Lefkos, that way. Yeah, and then it joins at the top, and then it still gets a bit hairy at the top. Yeah.
That is the new road from Spoa.
Yeah,
that's the new road.
Okay.
Asphalt.
Yeah,
and before it was stone. So
wow.
And that road, it's small.
It's small and it's windy.
Yeah, it was very dangerous. So it's good that they. I think the first year that I came here, I think the first and the second year, there was only a dirt road from here to Arcasa.
Oh wow! That's where I got to Arcasa with it. So
it was. I think it was in 2005 when I went with Mario and Shaki. That they were building it, because I think during the holiday we could go on the asphalt road to Arcasa for the first time.
So Olympos is well worth visiting. Try and do it in maybe the shoulder season or early if you're in the summer to avoid the crowds. And I guess the only thing I missed out on is like the traditional people there are not there. They're just not there for the winter, right? So I don't get the full experience. But the one advantage I had is there was no one. You can walk around any house and manage to find one coffee place. The Parthenon,
And did you saw the windmills?
Yep, saw the windmills, Definitely worth visiting. And the view over the coastal side is amazing. Unreal. In the summer, is there no cloud up in the mountains in the summer? Okay, cool. Right. So you can drive there fairly okay. No rain will be fine.
No rain at all. I think since May till around October you don't have rain. In May there is a chance, and in October there's a chance. But in the time between, I don't think so. There's maybe 1 or 2 days in total. So then you're really lucky if you have.
At the top there's the guy recommended. Right at the tip of the island at the top, there's a cave, ancient tombs of Rakunta.
Oh yeah, Rakunta, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, we haven't been there actually.
No, we should do it next year.
Okay, he said go to Avlona, the village, park your car, and then walk up to the top. Hour and a half walk, spend the time there, walk back. I was going to do the same. I thought with timings, I can't risk to come back in the dark. I'll do it next time.
Yeah, it's a bit more difficult also with the weather, because the Kalilimi, for example, it's the highest mountain on the island. It's also very nice, and now the weather is good to walk there. The only thing is it's very nice because you can see both sides of the island, so you're very high.
Yeah.
Because of the clouds, you can't see it. So
nightmare.
The best time to do it is in summer, but then it's very hot. So that's difficult as well, but it's very pretty to do the walk to the Kalilimi.
It's really nice.
Yeah, what about walks and treks? Any like favourites that you've done or would recommend?
Kalilimi, definitely.
Yeah.
There's a nice, I wouldn't say maybe walk, but there's a beach called Kasulaco, which is very nice. It's kind of a hidden gem, I would say, because it's difficult to find, because they also have a special, like, beautiful cave on the beach, but it's very secret on the left side, and you need to walk very far, so people come on the beach and they are just gonna sit there.
Where is that?
Nearby Karpathos.
Yeah, it's nearby Karpathos.
Of the cave is when you wait till around 1 o'clock when the sun is high. The sunlight is going into the cave.
Oh wow!
And then the water inside the cave is really nice blue.
That sounds amazing.
You have some waves outside, and most of the time you have a lot of waves still inside. So
you can swim through it as well. It's very nice, but you can't get there by car, so you need to kind of go to the Luxview villas that are kind of in this area near Karpathos, and then drive a little further. You can park your car there, and then you need to walk.
Okay. Which part of the island is this on?
So this is on the east coast. A little further than Piadia.
Is it Paralia there?
Karpathos.
So it's like kind of midway up the east coast. Got it. And you would drive probably that mountain road a bit towards I guess Olympos.
I would say.
Okay. The cave there, Katulaka Cave.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's very pretty.
And what about some best beaches?
Kapulako, definitely.
Okay, yeah.
I think I like Athata, which is very close by Kapulako as well, so on that side. It's a little bit lower. It's a closer ride from Picadia.
You have the 3 beaches there, so Athata, Karpathos, and Apella. So
Apella,
Apella is beautiful. I think in 2002, I'm not sure, it was the best beach, the most beautiful beach of Europe.
Oh wow!
It's so pretty. It's very busy during like summertime, high season, but off season, for example, we can go there in May and June. And
we slept there with the camper in April, so we wake up and you have the beach for your alone. So that was amazing.
It's very those
quiet,
are very pretty. Yeah.
Wow.
I think Athina for me is one of my favorite beaches. If we we go for a swim, but then we just go close by home, so we won't just drive 5 minutes. If we want to go for a quick swim, if we're really gonna go to the beach, I would say Athina is my favorite one.
For me, the favorites one are close to our home because we have a couple of small beaches here, so it's easily to drive for us. It's only a couple of minutes on the scooter, and especially in the summer, if you are early, there is still nobody, and then later on the day there are coming some people, but it's more quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's,
you don't have any sunbeds as well.
Yeah.
I think
the classic sunbeds.
And I think in May it depends a little bit on the beach. They're upcoming in May, and then in October they take all the sunbeds off the beach. So
I did pop to Frango Lemiona Beach.
Yeah, in Lefkos, right?
Yeah, Lefkos is like just there, and I went to the next one.
Yeah.
No one there.
No.
Real nice and peaceful. No? I can imagine in the summer there might be a few people dotting about there, but it didn't seem that big in terms of a place.
There isn't that much, and it's a far drive to like the
it's quite
bigger
far.
city. So there are tourists there, but not so many.
Problem with the gas station.
Yeah, because there's no gas station there, so.
Of course.
So you have to plan. It's not so easily.
But even for us, we have to think about it with the scooter.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
There's only 4 gas stations on Karpathos, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think 3.
One in Arkasa, 3 in Pigania.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
We have 5 now, because I think we have 1 in Arkasa, and we have 4, I think, at the moment in Pigania.
Yeah.
So 1, if you go from here to Pigania, you have 2 before you enter the city center, and then 2 if you're gonna go to Aperi. To the village in the mountains. So well, now we're lucky because it's wintertime, but sometimes in the summer it can happen that we don't have any gas anymore because there's so many tourists, and then the boat hasn't come yet with the gas.
That's good to know. Yeah.
So but usually the most car rental companies, they have a lot of extra, so you can always and it can take a couple days maybe, but sometimes it can happen that they're like, oh no, sorry, we run out of gas.
I did book my hire car with someone. Well, it's Hertz at the airport, Hertz. But the lady there was called Maria. Really nice. She was like waving me as I come off the plane and speaks really good English. And was like, if you need anything, here's my card, just text me, and gave me some tips for the island. So she's really helpful if you're looking to rent a car on the island. I imagine in the summer she's quite busy, but I think I was the only person booking a car for ages. So so she's quite cool.
Would that include rent a car? Because I'm not sure if a lot of Hertz is very big, of course, but I think a lot of local companies they just don't.
I think you're right.
They're not open, or they're not even here on the island.
No, especially for the summer.
Yeah. Because a lot of them are going to Athens, for example, now, so the island is more quiet. So a lot of people live here during summer, and then in the winter time they just go back to the mainland.
Yeah, and also a funny thing about the gas station, when the season is starting in May and June, the prices of the gas are going up to 20 cents around, and the season ends. It's dropping down.
Makes sense.
That's with a lot already. That's with a lot that we found out with groceries. With the supermarkets. I saw the water bottles are very cheap now, and then in summertime they're getting. Well, they're not expensive, but the prices are going up. And we had it with the eggs, because we have fresh eggs from the island. Yeah. And they are, I think, 20 cents a piece during 15 or 20 cents during winter time.
For one egg?
And then in summertime it's 45. And we were like, we live here, we just get a cheap price. Oh yeah, it's funny.
Can you speak Greek?
No, I can. Well, we can ask how it's going, and maybe if you have coffee, we can order coffee in Greek a bit. But we can't even say the normal sentence. But we can just say sketo, which means no sugar.
Oh.
The problem is for us, our friends and people who know speaks really good English because they have family or they came from Australia, America, Canada, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So they speak really good English. And that's why you don't need to speak it. So that's
so that's why it's difficult.
Doesn't help.
Because then you're gonna live in Italy, for example, Spain. It's a lot less.
You need.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you cannot have the good conversation.
Yeah. So we wanna learn. We keep saying, but it's not a priority because everyone speaks English here.
Yeah.
But we have sometimes, if you read, for example, the menu card from the restaurant, you will see some words that you think, oh, okay, I can read this.
It's quite a difficult language, though.
Yeah, because
it's not like Spanish where it's easy, right?
No, because you don't have like the normal alphabet, so it's kind of Chinese for I think. But once you know the alphabet a bit, and you can read it, you will see that it's gonna go a little bit towards English and French and German. So then you're gonna start like, oh, okay, I think I can read it because you, know the letters. But it's difficult. And not necessary.
Talk about coffee. Best coffee on the island, or maybe 2 or 3 places that you'd recommend to go and get coffee? Apart from your place, of course. That was great coffee.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah, the best. Yeah.
I think I would say if you just go for a quick coffee, just a takeout. We go to Rafael now, which is in Pigadia near the. How we're gonna explain this, near the church in the city center.
What's it called?
Rafael. It's on a big corner.
Okay.
It's on a small plane.
Yeah. We always go for grocery shopping on Saturday. Not today, but
always with coffee.
We always start with just a coffee there.
Yeah.
But if you're really gonna go for like a drink outside during summertime, because a lot of it is not open now, I would say Amplo is my favorite, which is at the harbor.
Yeah.
Because they have just a good menu and the coffee is nice.
And if you're in Greece, you should try the Freddo espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
The cold one. So it's
cold.
And then
no cold me.
With some ice.
Yeah, we drink only cold,
okay.
I think.
So you can drink it slowly.
Yeah.
Coffee, you need to drink it up in 10, 15 minutes, and the workers outside, they have the frappe, and they have it, and they are drinking it in 2 hours. So they're drinking something, and then they are doing other. That is how the Greek people drink the coffee slowly.
Yeah.
The frappe is a little bit different than the Freddo.
And the Freddo is the best.
Yeah, he drinks espresso, and then I always drink Freddo cappuccino, which is with foamed milk, of course.
Okay, I've been to a few, but obviously it's based on what's open, right?
Yeah,
so
I think now we would go for drinks if we go for drinks at Agmanti, which is also at the harbor. A little bit more towards where the boats are at the harbor, because they are open now.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on Google. I've not been there actually. Yeah.
With a lot of locals.
Yeah, a lot of locals are there now at the moment as well. Yeah.
And that's good. And what about maybe, you mentioned Olympos and a few beaches. Anything else on Karpathos that is worth visiting?
I think too many things, because Arkassa is a smaller village. Pigadia is the big city, and Arkassa is a smaller one. There's also other type of people. So it's not a big city, so it's smaller, and in the bars it's also really
it's also nice. And I think I saw that you went to the churches. I think on the other side of Pigadia, right?
Yeah.
Which is also very nice. If you go even any further, you have also 2 more churches over there with a very nice view.
Oh yeah, because I went to one church which is like walking distance from town, pretty easy. Then I saw another church on top of the hill. Yeah. So I walked up the road to that. So is there more around the corner?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So this is like the out of town going south a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should visit Amupi. With a couple of nice beaches, and it's still, when the sun is shining, it's so really nice still now in the winter.
Yeah,
you have a very nice walking path next to the coast.
Yeah.
Which is very nice.
And you should visit the small village in the mountain and Menetes.
I drove through that. Yeah. It's nestled right in the mountains. So you drive there and it's like real small road. You have to like get past, and this van was coming down to like reverse back and nice little place. Yeah, they got Christmas lights up there now. It's quite nice. And
it's
when I drove back yesterday,
it doesn't really feel like Christmas, to be honest. For us, because I think for us it's the first year now that we are not celebrating Christmas.
No, every time we came in January.
Yeah, we were always, so it's different now with because the weather is so good and the sun is shining, and we don't have that usually in the Netherlands during Christmas time. It's very cold and now we're like outside in t-shirts.
We can do a New Year's swing.
Yeah,
so
that's
nice.
It's not a couple of degrees what you have in the Netherlands. It's really, really cold and 90 degrees, I think. It's still
dream.
Cold.
Okay, and what about food? It's weird because I got a little bit ill at the start. My appetite has not been the best, so I've kind of actually cooked a few times, believe it or not. But what is the best Greek food here to maybe have? Like any restaurants that you would recommend?
For traditional Greek food, you have in Arkasa you have kippos with really nice food.
Yeah, and they serve it a little bit different. I think that's what I like, because it's still Greek, but just better and a little different with the serving.
Yeah.
How they serve it. So I think that's nice. If you really want to go for like a pita gyros, the typical bread with the gyros meat, you have to go to the taxi place in Pigadia, because at the opposite sides, both sides of the corner, there are two.
Yep, it's right next to our estate.
Stores, and they're very good.
They're good, are they? Oh, okay, really?
Yeah. Still open.
They're still open. Yeah, I've not gone there yet. I might have that tonight then.
So for quick snacks, sometimes we just grab a pita from there. For typical Greek food.
Yeah, you have small tapas in Greek style, that is mesoios in the summer.
Okay.
And it's also
small tapas.
Yeah, you have also
small
big
tapas
plates.
And metzes, because in Greek they usually call it metzes. It's not small. So we prepare. The Greeks serve very big. We usually share a main dish because it's everywhere.
And sometimes they have your favorite dish.
Yes, I like spanakopita.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, it's my favorite, but you don't see it that often, and I think it's not good if it's not fresh. But Soyos, he has every day during summer, he has his fresh menu, and he places it on Facebook, like I have this and this today.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows how much I love spanakopita. So sometimes he makes it, and then he knows we're gonna go there because I need to eat it with him. So nice. That's nice. And
you're local now.
A little extra.
On Karpathos we have a lot of really nice restaurants, but it's depending what you want, because we have also really nice pizza restaurants.
Yeah.
For fish you can go everywhere, but especially in Finiki and Lefkos you have some restaurants specialized in fresh fish.
Oh wow, okay, that's where I was yesterday then. So there in the summer, nothing is open now, but in the summer, good fish there.
Yeah,
okay.
Finiki as well.
Yeah, in Pigadia a lot of good restaurants, all kind of food. As well in Athina we have, for example, Rina's traditional Greek food, and we have Poseidon, and that is more, the view is amazing, and the food is, how can I explain it a little bit?
Yeah, the food is, they have a lot of fish. She's Greek, the owner, and she took part of the MasterChef in Greece. And I'm not sure which place she ended. I'm going to say third or fourth.
I mean, any place is good.
So they have like this, they have special dishes.
Yeah, and Ingmar is sommelier.
Yeah, Ingmar is Dutch, and he's a sommelier, so he knows everything about wine. And so we always say, because we have a lot of questions coming in, my boyfriend, it's his birthday, or we got married, and it's our wedding day, where should we go on island? So if you have something to celebrate, we usually say Poseidon.
Yeah.
Poseidon Blue, I have to say, because they changed their name a little bit. Because it's really nice for just a romantic dinner with good wine and good food. It's a little bit more expensive than other local places, but I think still for the
good quality though.
Yeah, I think in the Netherlands this is not something you can really pay for.
Okay.
Wow. So it's still cheap.
It's still cheaper.
It's more expensive than other places. For pizza, I really like El Porto, which is also closed now, of course, but during summertime, because the pizza is very thin, and that's how I like it.
Thin crust,
it's
and that's not the standard pizzas.
No, they have they have very different pizzas. which is nice. We even have sushi on the island. So
sushi?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And a Mexican.
A Mexican? Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have a lot of, can eat a lot of different
and a lot of traditional Greek food.
Yeah.
Also in the village, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
For example, under the trees, also a beautiful place. Yeah, you have too many beautiful places. We always say,
lots of options.
Find your own thing.
Yeah.
You have a lot of opportunities to have really nice dinners.
On your website, you do list a few of your favorites, don't you? So
we also have an ebook about Karpathos, so we mentioned like our favorite restaurants in there. So there are a lot.
Okay. And for the winter, I've again based on what's open. I've been to a few. Been to Harper's.
Yeah.
That's also really nice.
They have a decent menu.
Yeah.
Like all day. I went to the AM, the coffee shop. Have you been there?
Oh yeah, no, we haven't been there.
It's very busy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like one of the only places open, but the only bad thing they do takeaway cups, not this type of cup.
Mm-hmm.
And not good for the environment for me.
They don't know that yet here. It's just, but it's they can't separate anything here. We throw everything in the same bin.
Yes.
There is no separation or recycling here. So we have the plastic water bottles, of course. So everything just goes in the same bin. So we have a difficult time when we are back in the Netherlands and staying, for example, at your parents' house for a couple of days because we are throwing everything in the same bin because we're not used to it anymore to separate it. But we have a plan now for the water bottles because we
plastic bottles.
Yeah, there's no way to drink it from the tap.
Yeah, which I found out.
Yeah, which you found out. For us as well. So we now have a water filter that we ordered. Yeah. So we hope it's coming.
So we can filter the water. We don't need any more plastic bottles.
Yeah. I tell you one tip: if anyone's got an Airbnb here, at least mention on your Airbnb message, don't drink from the tap water.
Yeah.
Because I drank a few sips and I was like, oh, should I be drinking this? It didn't taste very nice.
And the water
goes, no.
Really cheap,
I know. I just too late. It's gone. Yeah, not good.
So you can't flush any toilet paper.
Yeah, that's another rule. Yeah, mainly in Greece actually, not just Karpathos. Another cafe I've been to is Cafe Pantheon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, looks like quite a nice little place.
Yeah.
They serve Illy coffee, which is obviously well known.
Yeah, and I would say Athina is then now open.
Yeah.
And I think in Akassa, Pontinon is also open now.
Yeah, and I think Takatakaman, but last year they were closed. And sometimes that's also a really nice restaurant. It's not for the looks, but it's for the food.
Oh, the City View Grill.
City View Grill. You have hamburgers really big and all that
kind of stuff.
Really American style.
Yeah.
Right.
But cheap.
If you're looking for a romantic dinner, don't go there. If you're just looking for lots of meat, for a good bite because the food's very good and it's very cheap, you really like it. We go sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Question here: where should people stay on the island? Obviously, I'm staying in the centre, the main town, because it's winter and there's some places open there. Yeah. But in the summer, where in the island would you recommend to stay?
I think I would say Akassa because it's my personal favorite because you still have like the village.
Yeah.
There's still a supermarket and a bit more. There are more people because there are restaurants, but it's more quiet than the big city.
Yeah. Can you tell people whereabouts on the island that is?
That's on the west coast. Akassa.
Yes, the west coast.
Yeah.
West coast, yeah.
But I think for most of the people, the touristic people, they like more Pigalia, more restaurants, more bars, and they can drink and they can sleep in the hotel. And if you, for example, living in Akassa, sleeping in Akassa in the hotel, and you want to visit other places in the night, you need to drive back. So it's in the night and with the alcohol. So that's the thing that I think most of the people, that's why they're sleeping.
If they even have a car, because a lot of people want to just walk and up the evening to the boulevard. But what you said, we noticed that a lot of tourists are scared to drive here in the evening because there are no
street lights.
Definitely no lights, yes, but there are also no
rails at the side, not everywhere.
I get you. Yeah, like driving up to Olympus.
And if you don't know,
not doing that at night.
We can dream all the whole road. So
but also Lesbos is really busy with people there sleeping.
Yeah. But it's more remote, so you really need to stay there or have a car and you want to drive a lot around. I would say Amupi is also nice, which is between our place where we are now, Aviarti and Pigadia. It's nice. It's very hot in summer, especially like in high season, because there's no wind there.
Okay.
So if you're fine with it, I think a lot of Italian people are staying in Amopi because they like the heat, I think, and everything. For us, it's too hot. We go there to the beach in May, but in August, it's like there's no wind, so you're really like in this cave over there.
It's little Turkey.
Yeah, it's very hot. And of course, Aviarti is the place to be if you want to go windsurfing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just the best.
And you'd recommend renting a car?
Yeah, because it's
not for night, but like during the day you can drive.
Especially because you just cannot go around the island very easily if you don't have a car. So you need to stay in the place that you are sleeping. We have buses, but
I don't know if they drive on time and not so often. So
no, not so often. Definitely, I think
it is possible.
No, I would recommend a car. Yeah, and I think a car is the most easiest because you can also rent a quad or a scooter. But quad it's nice for like 1 or 2 days, but I think it's very heavy to drive.
Yeah, quad bike, never driven it.
You get tired way faster than in a car. The scooter is nice as well, depending on where you're sleeping, I would say, because we have a scooter, but we are sleeping in Aviarti. And because of the wind, especially in July and August, people really need to think about if they are okay with the wind. Yeah. Because for us, sometimes we are now used to it, but there are some days because of the wind, we just cannot go safely to Pigadia.
Well, if you're driving up that road.
It's too high, too much wind, and you have this very strong wind that's coming from the side, so you really need to like. So it depends a little bit. If you
you can see the sunrise and the sundown. Sunset. But that is really, really beautiful. And also the moon. Really beautiful to see the moon.
When it's full moon, it's red always here. So it's gonna go up from the sea, and it's gonna be full red every full moon. In the Netherlands, we sometimes have a red moon. Here, it's always red. When it's full moon. Which is very nice,
especially in Aviarti with the stars, because there's not so many lights. So night, it's so really beautiful.
Okay. Is there like a specific area best for sunrise or sunset?
So sunrise is on the east coast.
Yes, southeast, because you can check both. We can check it as well.
Yeah, we can see it from here a little bit as well, but definitely on the east side.
Like Amupi would be?
Amupi would be good, Pigadia as well, but also like Karpathos, you also will see the sunrise, very nice. And sunset is on the other side, so the west coast, so Arkassa is very beautiful, and Finiki, also Lesbos, to watch the sunset.
Nice.
And the moon is also in the south.
Okay, that's great. Right. Your website and blog is called
The Karpathos Guide.
There we go, easy to find, The Karpathos Guide. So you do that sort of like full time now? Is that? So this is the first thing I found, or maybe I was saying to Vincent, the only thing I found apart from one other thing, I think Enjoy Karpathos, I think they're called. I think they're Slovenian. But you guys were pretty much the best thing I could find on Karpathos. So do you get many people visiting and asking questions? And can people book tours through your website? How does it work?
We don't do any tours ourselves, but we of course advise people to book through by other people. For example, we have friends of us, Renata and Tom, they have Art and Walk here on the island, so they do walking tours, creative tours. They go to the beekeeping, they go to castles as well. So they are very nice if you, for example, go for a hiking tour. But we don't do any tours ourselves. So it's really like a blog. We share our stories. And then we have the e-book since 2 years. Because we found out that Greece doesn't really do e-books. Or maybe just the island doesn't, because a lot of people don't understand what it is. Like the locals. But the tourists do, because in the Netherlands and I think everywhere else. Everyone knows what an ebook is at the moment, but we thought it was very easy to make, and so people can have it on their phone, for example, during the time that they are on the island.
I think the best thing is that things are changing, and if you make a book, people need to buy the book, and next year maybe some restaurants are gone and new restaurants are going on, and you want to update it every year. So every year you have the newest, best information.
Yeah.
So now we're gathering all the information and working on the 2023.
Oh, nice, exciting.
So exciting. Yeah.
And on this ebook is basically all the things we've talked about today, pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of things. Yeah, so we share all the restaurants, all the hotspots, all beaches, activities you can do on the island, some practical information. If you need to visit the doctor, it's in there. So you have everything on hand, and a feature that we added, which we really like, because we noticed already on the podcast, it's very difficult to explain where something is, because we don't do any street names here.
This house, no street name.
No, it's difficult when we get packages. So we added with Google Maps all the links, so people can just click on the link in the ebook, and it will just go to Google Maps on their phone. So that's easy, because then we don't have to spend any time on directions people cannot understand. So that's a very nice feature, and we work with some restaurants that give discounts.
Oh, nice.
It's also in the ebook.
And why did you start the blog? Is that because no one had anything about Karpathos?
I think so. There was no really stories about Karpathos, and we really wanted to share. Well, I really wanted to share. I think I started in 2016 to just share my favorite places, because a lot of people know that I came here for a lot of years already, and when they were gonna go for holidays to Karpathos, they were like, "Okay, Athina, what do we need to do on the island?" So that's how I started it, and it's now pretty big now. We've grown a lot in the last 2 years, I would say, especially with the ebook as well. So we did it in Dutch first, and now we have the website in German and English as well. We're trying getting Italian as well, because a lot of Italian people are coming to the island, and a lot of them don't speak English. Yeah,
that's true.
So we're thinking about Italian as well. So someone is preparing the Italian version of the ebook for us.
You should do it in Greek. Get the Greek tourists there.
But I think that is the thing. The Greek people are not buying a book; they're talking with the locals.
Yeah, of course.
Because they are thinking, I'm not going to read something out of a book. I want the local.
Or they have family here, for example, or friends. So.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Where can we find it? What's the website?
thekarpathosguide.com.
And social medias?
We are on Instagram and Facebook under the same name, and we are on TikTok now as well.
Are you?
I
need to find you.
I'm
on TikTok.
We did a couple videos already, and we're planning more this year, because I think it's a great platform to just do short videos about the island.
Because once you get 1,000 followers, you can then link to your website and stuff like that.
So that's a good idea. But because you can already go to Instagram, of course, through TikTok, so it's a little extra step, but it's still possible. So
I found you guys on Instagram. I'll put them in the show notes so people can click on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'll go and find you.
Nice.
And I'll link your website in the guide as well, so people can access that pretty easily. Great. Okay. I do normally finish with some quick fire travel questions for my podcast, which means your favourite places that you travelled. Could be here at Karpathos, could be anywhere in the world. So like your favourite things. So I'm going to start with... Hey, just a quick one before we carry on with the travel questions. I just want to say there are many ways to support this podcast. You can buy me a coffee and help support the podcast with $5. Or you can go to my merch store with the affiliate link with TeePublic, where there's plenty of merch available to buy, such as t-shirts, jumpers, hoodies, and also some children's clothing. Thirdly, which is free, you can also rate and review this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, or Good Pods. Also, you can find me on social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Simply just search for Winging It Travel Podcast, and you'll find me displaying all my social media content for travelling, podcast, and other stuff. Thank you. It's travel question time. 3 favourite countries you travelled to each.
The first one is Svalbard.
Oh, in Norway?
Yes.
You've been there?
So, yes.
Wow, that's right at the top.
Yes, it was in the summer. It was 24 hours.
That's crazy.
And we slept in the northest camping on the world. So we were sleeping in a tent. It was really nice. Outside it was cold, but it was in a tent, and it was amazing.
Yeah, because of the sun, it wasn't. I think in Norway it was colder than in Svalbard.
And everybody was playing games. It was 1:00 that we arrived, and still people were playing games, and it was so really strange.
What's the temperature in the summer there? How cold does it get in the summer?
It was 10 degrees.
That's okay.
It was good, just your winter jacket, and it was amazing. We went there for 48 hours.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah. I don't think I've spoken to anyone who's been there. Maybe one person, but not talked about it on the podcast. Yeah,
we saw it on the television, and I said, if we can, we should do it, because also the flight. You fly above all the mountains. You don't see any house. It's only mountains, ice. It's pure nature. And that is really nice.
And you have the ice bears that are just walking around town. So you need to be very careful. In town, I think you can walk on your own, but like outside the village, you have to carry a gun or
the polar bears.
Someone, because of the polar bears.
The only bear that doesn't hibernate.
This was very funny because we were staying on the camping, and the owner of the camping is someone that is Dutch, and she is from the same village as we are in the Netherlands. So it was very crazy.
Yeah.
And we just missed them, but the local news sender from our town, they were on the camping as well, but they just left that day.
We missed them. Right, we were on local television.
Yeah, maybe. It was very nice. So Svalbard definitely.
Yeah.
I think Italy for me as well. The Vespa trip was really nice. In Tuscany that we did.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I would say Scotland then.
And Scotland or the north of Scandinavia, North
Cape. Okay. Yeah.
That was also really beautiful because the road to that place, it started already with you see the sign that you need to go to that way, and you drive with the car around 100 meters up and down, and so the road is starting, and a lot of motorcycles are there because it's so really beautiful, and reindeers, and that's also a really nice place.
Okay, that's cool. And for Karpathos, 3 things that people must go and see.
Definitely Olympus, because although it's busy in summer, I think it's really something that you should see.
Yeah.
I would say definitely the church that we talked about, like on the other side of Pigalia, like around the corner there.
So more further than where I went.
That's the one that's going on. I don't really know I forgot the name of the church. It's difficult with the Greek names. But that's very pretty. I think you like it there on the end of the island where you can get the sea salt.
Yes, that is for me really beautiful. It's nearby the beach route, Diakovtis, and Diakovtis beach is already really beautiful, but in the summer it's a little bit crowded.
It's around the airport on the other side.
Oh yeah.
But you can see it from not so very good from here. You have like a small mountain, I would say, on the end of the island. We call it Thunderbird Island. And if you go on there, it's very nice. Yeah. It's very rough. And we collect sea salt there always in May and June usually. So we have always fresh sea salt from the island.
Can you drive there?
Yeah.
But the road is not so good. So
okay,
we are doing it, and I think the locals are doing it. But if you have a rental car, I'm not going to advise now.
Okay.
It's your own decision.
I was like, I can go, but then if it's I've got a rental car, better not.
But it's so quiet, and the waves are against the wall.
I think you can drive almost to Diakovtis and then park your car before you get on this small Thunderbird Island. I think it's called Castellio.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we call it Thunderbird Island.
It's a better name.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about 3 countries that you've not travelled to that you'd love to go to next?
Scotland was already on our plan.
Yeah, that was now, so you cannot. Yeah, I would definitely go for Australia because my father lived there a couple of years when he was a child. So I definitely want to see it there.
And for me, Canada, because of the nature, it's a little bit like Scandinavia, but bigger. So that's also
huge.
What I really like. Huge.
I would say Guatemala because my best friend from my hometown in the Netherlands, she lives there now. And I haven't been there yet, so I would take Guatemala as well.
Good place.
Yeah.
They're good places.
I'm really close.
Yeah,
we can do it with the camper.
We should stick to Europe for now.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you could pick one country to live in for a year that you've not lived in before, where would you live?
I would say England, I think.
England? Really?
I just, or Scotland, but I would say UK.
For me, Portugal, Spain, I think.
Because of the weather.
Yeah, the weather and Portugal with the waves, because we are not surfers, but if you have to surf with the high waves, that's in March, right? Then you have the period with the highest waves.
Is it the highest waves in the world, or the surfing?
Yeah, I think it's called Natalie.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, I don't remember the name.
So every year
So maybe this year, but next year we don't know. But that is one thing we should visit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Portugal is also a nice place where I could live a year. Yeah.
Yeah, I could live there, definitely. Okay, cup of coffee. If you could pick one city in the world, drink a coffee and watch the world go by, where would you sit?
And you're the coffee expert, eh?
Well, anyway,
yeah, I would think just go for Italy.
Yeah, for Italy.
Yeah, just a cappuccino before 11.
But not
that's a rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong. But at the beach, and then drinking, relaxing, a coffee.
Yeah, I think we'd go for Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Do you think Italy has the best coffee? Or where has the best coffee? Do you think?
I think in the Netherlands we have pretty good coffee.
Oh,
although it's not like our own coffee.
Yeah, we have a bar in the Netherlands, and they are making their own coffee.
Oh yeah,
so you have a trial of 3 espressos. So after the 3 espressos, you have big eyes. That was really nice.
Yeah.
That was really nice. So I think that place is the best coffee.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? You're drinking cappuccino.
Yeah.
You don't like.
Yeah, Vincent says I don't drink coffee because I usually have a lot of. You already see them.
I agree. It's black.
Like caramel syrup and.
I did try a Greek coffee the other day in Athens, and he said, "Oh, do you want sugar?" I went, "No, I'd have sugar in my coffee." And he looked at me like, "Oh, okay." So he gave me the Greek coffee. Tried it. My word, that was strong. Mm-hmm. And I said, "I think I need some sugar." And he just laughed at me because it's so strong. That was strong. Yeah. Strong coffee. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, 3 world cuisines. What are your favourite foods that you like to eat that's not Dutch?
Italian, definitely.
But do I need to mean the...
No, the cuisine. So, for example, you have the French kitchen or...
for me, the Greek kitchen, the pasticcio is really nice.
Yeah, so
Greek?
I would say Italian as well for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of the Asian and Chinese style.
But it's not a real Chinese food, what we have in the Netherlands.
Well, it's like UK, that's not real Chinese. Yeah, I like it though.
I see the pictures that the people are in China, they get the worst things like the chicken wings and all that kind of things.
But I'm more a picky eater, so like everything that's a little bit too strange, I don't really.
Yeah, but the Italian and Greek kitchen are really good.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah. Okay. And what about a best beach that you've been to?
Yeah, I think on this island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would still say Catolaco then.
You still say Catolaco? Yeah, I like the smaller beaches on this island. So that is for me really beautiful. I don't know if you can call it a beach because it's not completely with sand. Sometimes you cannot walk there.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you need to swim to the beach.
Yeah.
It was also from another place.
You know what I was thinking? What also was a very beautiful beach that we recently visited was at I think it was at Pembrokeshire in England. On the
Pembrokeshire in Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they have like the top 10 beaches in the world there in Wales, on the west coast.
It's very beautiful.
With Dobby, right?
Yeah, it's where Dobby's grave is from Harry Potter. We went there too.
I don't know Harry Potter.
Oh,
I'm really bad, yeah. Lord of the Rings, no. Star Wars, no. Harry Potter, no. I've been to Hobbiton in New Zealand. I had no idea what I was seeing.
So with the round.
Yeah. And the pub, the Hobbiton pub, yeah.
Oh, that's so
the girlfriend was like, "You don't know anything here." I was like, "No, I've literally no idea what that means, what that is." Yeah, but I drank in the Hobbiton pub. That's good.
That's so cool.
Oh, okay.
That's also a place that I want to visit.
Yeah.
New Zealand?
Yeah.
Must do. Yeah, it's a must.
Yeah, I think that's nice. Yeah, the beach was really nice. It was a little bit Dutch beach, I would say, but you still had the cliffs, which I really like.
I think we should sell our camper and buy a small airplane or something, and then we can visit it.
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. You mentioned a camper van. So what's one country you'd love to drive across in your camper van that you've not done before?
I think I would say Croatia.
Yeah, that's also nice. Yeah, I have been there a lot of times in Scandinavia, but not with the camper. And I think the camper, we should go to the place because you can sleep everywhere on a beautiful place.
Is it free camping?
Yeah.
Yes. Also in Scotland as well.
Free camping in Scotland,
and in Scandinavia, you have more and more places that you can stay.
Yeah. Okay. So that'd be awesome. In the summer, it'd be incredible.
Yeah, and Portugal.
But east of Europe have a lot of beautiful places because we drive already a couple of times with the camper and we don't have so many time because we need to go to the boat, but it's already so nice to drive to the countries.
Yeah, I went from Czech Republic to Hungary, Serbia, and then North Macedonia.
Yeah, Macedonia is also really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The roads are getting
better.
Not better.
I think Greece has the worst roads.
Do you?
Yeah.
From
where we've been now, but if you're going to say from the roads from the Netherlands to Greece has it's so bad.
You need to pay a lot. I think
the toll is so high.
That's my question. I won't bore the listeners with toll. I'll ask you after the interview. I've got a question about the toll. And finally, to finish the podcast episode, name or tell us why someone should visit Karpathos Island. Why should people come here for holiday?
You should definitely come here when you're looking for, I would say, active vacation. So if you want to go hiking or windsurfing or just anything active, but also want to go to the beach and relax. And definitely just because it's so quiet. I think it's nicer than, for example, Rhodes and Crete where it's very busy. Karpathos is still a little bit more traditional. It's more quiet, more peaceful, more authentic.
If you want to clear your mind, most of the people are thinking maybe I want something in another way. So next year I want to do it in another way. And then you go to Karpathos and you can relax. And then the positive vibes and the best ideas coming after a couple of weeks, not the first week, I think. And that's why I think this is a good place.
Yeah, beautiful beaches, good weather.
Yeah.
But I think just because it's just very authentic and still very quiet. I think we noticed that a lot of, because you said you see a lot of older people here. You see that on the planes as well, but I think now we also see a lot of younger couples. So I would say couples from 30 with no kids yet.
Yeah.
25, 30 that just want a romantic holiday together. They don't want to go to Rhodes or anything like crazy with like clubs and everything.
Yeah.
They should go here because it's nice and quiet and you have this romantic vibe.
A lot of young people.
But still, you have things to do, in summertime. So
a lot of young people are texting us with questions.
Yeah.
And also buying the ebook. So we see with the things, a lot of young people are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is really nice. I think it's good for the island. Not 18 years old,
Yeah.
Drinking parties, but more 25, 35, and want to relax and enjoy the nature and what the island can do.
It doesn't seem to be the party island. No. I think it should stay that way because there's plenty of Greek islands that are there for partying.
It's changing now a little bit more to luxury. So hopefully it's not to luxe, but more quality apartments with good coffee, that people can relax and have a small swimming pool. And especially now in Aviarti, it's also coming up. So I think that is good. That is a good for the island.
Luxury villas that are coming.
If EasyJet is not starting to fly to Karpathos, I think it will be okay.
I think the island is quite cheap to go for on holiday. Well, renting a car is always expensive, but like for food and everything. But the plane tickets are expensive, so that's why we don't see so many people.
No, more the direct flights. If you go to Athens and then it's cheap. But if you want to fly directly from the Netherlands, it's 350, 600 euros.
Yeah,
it depends on.
Wow.
It's a lot. I don't know from the other countries, because I think from Germany, Czech Republic, and Israel, you can also fly directly. Also Italy. To here in summertime.
Oh wow,
I don't
really?
know what the prices for those airlines are, but the Netherlands, we only have TUI. If you want to do a ticket only, and otherwise you can go with Sunweb as well. But the tickets only are very expensive.
It's interesting, because I booked my flight in advance for the off season, and the flight here from Athens was $50. Canadian return was $50. And flight to Athens was $30 from London. So it's only expensive on the way back because it's near Christmas. So next Friday from Athens, it was like, I don't know, $100 or something like that. So it does get way cheaper in the off season, but you've got to weigh up things probably not been open. So maybe the shoulder season is the time to come.
Yeah, I think my favorite season is the end of September.
Oh yeah,
because it's getting more quiet. At the end
kids
of
back
September.
to school.
Everyone needs to go back to school. So it's definitely more quiet on the island, but everything is still open. The weather is still good, and the water is warm, because that's what May and June. You also have it's quiet. It's more quiet than the high season, but the water is still warming up. So it's
so he's at the end of the summer.
Yeah. So I would say end of September is my favorite
time. In September you have still wind enough to do windsurfing. In October it's half, so there are good days. But in September you have a lot of good days to windsurf.
Yeah, September.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, thanks for coming on to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
It's been a great chat.
Here.
We finally got there with the tech. But we had some good information there about Karpathos. I think the listeners will have a lot of information to digest, and they can check you guys out on your website and buy your ebook.
Yeah, they can always ask questions.
Yeah, can reach out to you.
Now it's quiet, but especially during summertime, you get a lot of questions each day. So we're all the time on, especially Instagram. Because people are messaging, I want to do this. How can I? Yeah.
Okay, that's great, and hopefully this podcast episode will help you guys out as well. Be out there more.
Yeah,
so thanks so much. No, anytime. Thank you for listening to my Winging It Travel podcast episode today. You can find me on Instagram at James Hammond Travel or Winging It Travel Podcast. You can search for both. I release weekly clips of this podcast episode, as well as photos from the last 8 to 10 years of my travels. You can also follow me on TikTok, Facebook and Pinterest by searching Winging It Travel Podcast. I do release daily content to do with travel and the podcast throughout the week. Also check out my website, jameshammond.org. There's content about myself, my travels, and there's also a newsletter sign up as well as a contact form. Finally, please rate and review the podcast on Podchaser. This is my platform of choice. Alternatively, you can rate this on Apple or wherever you get your podcasts from. This really helps the podcast gain a bit of traction for the future in terms of guests and content. And I'm glad to see that you guys are listening out there, reviewing it and enjoying the content so far. Stay safe, stay humble, keep listening, keep traveling, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers, James.